Good morning. It's February, early, first week. It's 2021, and we're all still here. Remarkable. Mercury's retrograde, moving backwards now, and Uranus is squaring Saturn, both happening simultaneously throughout this month of February. Both started in January. So with Mercury retrograde, you may find you're in some kind of a strange mood where your mind is in some mental funk, or you're dropping things more than usual, or you're more clumsy, or losing balance, or your vehicle of travel is breaking down or having small accidents, or your devices of communication, computers, cell phones, again, more breakdowns with these, more loss of these during a Mercury retrograde period than at other times. And of course, we also have the quarantine going on. So communications are definitely blocked. And Uranus is squaring Saturn. Now, it was interesting to note that when Mercury first turned retrograde, the vaccine stopped moving with any regularity. There was still is confusion going on. Who gets the vaccine? When do they get it? In what quantity is it available? All of this confused. At the later part of February, as Mercury slowly turns direct, this should stabilize, and by March these things should be moving smoothly again, or at least to start with. Now, Uranus squaring Saturn. This is most interesting. It essentially started when Mars entered Taurus along with Uranus. What we have here is this interesting stellium going on with Saturn and Jupiter and Mercury and Venus and the Sun all in Aquarius right now. Now, of course, Mercury and Venus and the Sun will move on. Jupiter and Saturn will stay in Aquarius all year. Saturn for the next 3. Uranus is forming this square with Saturn, this 90-degree angle. And this was activated precisely when Mars entered Taurus. Mars was in Aries since June of 2020, and it entered Taurus on January 6th. Interesting timing. When the attack on the capital, the riot at the capital of the USA took place, which is so symbolic of Uranus squaring Saturn, Uranus being disruptive, rebellious behavior, and amongst other things, and Saturn being structures and systems in place, traditional structures. So Uranus squaring Saturn is still in effect, and it'll be in effect till the end of February. And this is just the first hit. This will come back again in June and in December. So Uranus squaring Saturn is also accelerating the whole change energy of Aquarius. Uranus is the planet that rules the sign Aquarius, and they both are very much reflective of sudden disruptive change or sudden innovative change. New approaches, new ways of doing things, suddenly, quick changes. So it was interesting that as Uranus is squaring Saturn at this time, last week, we saw this group of people using social media to demonstrate power in the stock market. They all backed GameStop, and the stocks went soaring up on the advice of Reddit. And then, of course, the stocks dropped. Now, this week, they were focusing on silver early in the week, and the stocks were going up. I'm not sure where they are now, if they're coming back down or not. But what's interesting about all this, I mean, of course, we're going to see continued ups and downs and volatility in the stock market when Mercury's retrograde. But what's interesting is the social media was a main tool for this organization of these groups of people who stormed the Capitol and who are still trying to organize with the use of social media. And it was the same media that was used for this innovative new way of demonstrating power in the stock market, which sort of threw the structured traditional ways of doing things out the window for a bit last week. So the use of social media influencing politics and now influencing financial systems, this is what's new, and this is just the beginning. Aquarius is all about inventive change, coming from the groups of people, the masses, the ordinary people, not the elite. So Uranus square Saturn in general means sudden changes in the traditional structured ways of doing things. And again, it's going to be in effect all this month. It started in January 6th. We'll be back in effect in June, and Mercury will be retrograde again in June. And then once more in December of this year. Now, you may want to take note that during the month of February, specifically the 17th to the 20th, this Uranus square Saturn will be precise at its most potent strength. And it will be doing this at 6-7 degrees of Taurus. This is where Saturn will be sitting all month, and this is where Uranus is sitting, 6-7 degrees of Taurus. So if you happen to have planets at 6-7 degrees of Taurus in your birth chart, or in the other fixed signs, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, 6-7 degrees, you're certainly going to see this sudden changing energy affecting your structures manifesting. And collectively, we will continue to see innovative change being expressed, possibly in the stock market. And it's really hard to know what we'll see in terms of systems changing and evolving and being broken down and recreated, not just in the US of A, but in all of the different countries of the world right now. This ongoing Uranian energy flowing through our lives. Perspectives shifting. So we see that the old structures just don't work anymore. They don't work for the planet. Therefore, they don't work for us. At any rate, Mercury will straighten out and directly move forward again. And Uranus will stop squaring Saturn. Indeed, March looks a little more peaceful all the way around, for most of us. Not, of course, for some individuals, like Donald Trump. So stay patient and stay smiling.